Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you.
Hey YouTube, today I'll be reviewing the Hellraiser Ultimate Pinhead by Neca from 2020. I got this at my local Target store for its full retail price of $32.99. Time to open it up.
The box. You opened it. We came.
This figure is over 7 inches tall, almost 7.5 inches tall. Articulation. You do have some leg upwards, a little bit of outwards. Knee, but it's a really tight joint. And some ankle, but again, really tight joint. There is some level of inner chest, waist movement. Arms can't really go outwards because of his shoulder mold. It can go upwards. He is double jointed in the elbow, swivel the wrist, hand, and head. Very careful with it, left and right. And that's about it. His appearance is so awesome. The head sculpt is amazing. It looks just like his actor counterpart. I love the choice of color, overall likeness, the eyeshadow, and all the pins in his head. It's just amazing they got it correctly at this 7-inch scale. That's not to say that it's perfect. I mean, because of the scale, the pins can tend to become warped, and even the bottom of the box will warn you that when you're changing head sculpts to be very careful, and I tend to pull it from his ears. Luckily the head does come off very easily, but then putting the other one on, a little tricky, especially when you're doing it live on camera. But you just kind of wiggle it down in there and just be mindful to try your best not to touch the pins. If you do move them and they get warped, you can usually just move them back into place with a very small like scissors or a craft knife of some sort, and just be careful not to scrape the paint. The rest of them from the neck down is also equally as awesome. I am just amazed at the level of detail and movie accuracy. I loved his body sculpt and posture, and it's just amazing how much they included to be movie accurate with him throughout. His bottom skirt dress is actually a satin material, and it has metal wiring throughout, so you can move it and it will stay put. And on this side, there's actually a little bit of wiring poking out, and I think they left that intentionally, because what I did is I bent it, and you can kind of wrap it around. It's divided into 2 parts, so you connect them together so they kind of stay as one piece. Accessories, you will get 1 extra head sculpt you already saw. The pins in mine came a little warped. I'm still working on that. You'll also get his various knives and bone saws. So for these, I had to take my thumbnail and pry open the clasps, because otherwise they're really hard to get onto this figure. So there's this little piece of black twine going through his belly button, and you got 2 sides to hang it on. Okay, there's that. You'll also get 2 extra pair of hands. Some are molded to hold the weapons, and there's very faint hints of blood on his hands, which is cool. And I'm just so glad that they even included that extra black going around his pinky there. It's just so detailed and accurate. And finally, you also get the puzzle box, which is entirely accurate. Every face is on there properly. You could not ask for anything better. Changing his hand sculpts is actually very easy this time around. Does not feel fragile or anything. Very easy. If I had to complain about anything with this figure, which is hard to do because, in my opinion, it is just about perfect. It would be on his backside here, his bottom area is a little lopsided, and there's no fixing that with the waist articulation. And also, during my pre-review, just checking this figure out, messing with its posability and all that, I would frequently notice there were black specks of paint on my fingers, and I couldn't exactly tell where it was coming from, whether it was from the sculpt or from the skirt. I think it's from the skirt, and I could imagine maybe over time some of the paint would flake off. Only time will tell, we'll see. I could rant on for an eternity about how great this figure is. Neca truly goes above and beyond compared to most toy lines. For example, on this figure, they even added a purplish blue tint on his boots. Other companies may not even bother with this because his outfit covers that area, but it's included here. There have been a lot of Hellraiser toys that have been released over the years, but now they all seem to be pretty expensive, and a lot of them don't even look as good as this one. Better to spend $32 now before the price goes up, and besides, it would be really hard to make a better figure at this scale and for this price. These Ultimate figures are definitely deserving of their name. That wraps up my review. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, or I'll tear your soul apart, as Pinhead would say. And please support me on Patreon so I can keep doing reviews like this. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for some still pictures and videos, and I'll see you next time.